Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, and perhaps even good evening. Thank you so much for dropping by and joining me for another exciting episode of the 3D Shenanigans. We've got a full house today, which is really good to see. Mr. Ricky is here. Wonderful to see you, buddy. There's also the Leo is here. There's also Nancy's is here, and Mr. Brian is here. There's everyone who's somebody is here, like Mr. Popeye. Deviant was here like 4 hours earlier, but I'm glad he's sort of he dropped by. That's nice. So today, of course, we're going to go and continue with what we did on last Monday, I believe it was. And Miss Julia is here as well. Good to see you. Good to see you, everyone. So last week we started with something that we want to finish off today, and I've just had a bit of a thought that I hadn't had when I went on the air. Do you remember the last shot I copied over? Let me just go and show you that in iClone before we go over to Unreal Engine. That was, I see project, cinema titles, here it is. And it was these two shots here, the one with Camila and Kevin and the one with Brian and Aaron and Arena or Adriana or something. This one here, shot 11, that copied over but had a problem, whereas this one here that I did after the stream that I just sent over to Unreal Engine, that didn't want to copy at all. Some major crashes were happening, so it didn't work. So I copied the project over to an external drive, plugged it into my laptop next door, and tried to do it there, and it also failed. So I tried it again, and third time lucky, it sort of worked fine. But just when we had about like 1 minute to go on the countdown clock, I was thinking, that drive isn't actually attached to my computer. I haven't had time to copy the project over onto my local drive, so we're going to do it from the external drive, and I don't even know if it works. So this is it, and it looks like that's Kevin and Camila over here. So it looks like that's the correct project. You guys shouldn't really have copied into the scene, so I'll go and take you out. But yeah, third time lucky, and it didn't have any issues. So there we go. Ricky, before you were asking, it's Brian 5, you think? he might be a troublemaker. You might have to send me Brian 6. Ricky, you were asking, is this what was the holding loop? That was something that's an epic project. It was called the City Sample project, and I think that's about 3 years old, and I just rendered that out. So I've had a look at Ariana and Aaron. They both look okay, but I haven't checked their animations yet, so we're gonna have to just have a quick look at that. Yeah, look at that. She looks fine, HD or otherwise. She looks trustworthy. Is anything moving there next to her head, or am I making that up? Could just be shadows. They're just on her ear there. I'm thinking could just be some shadowy artifacts here, but she looks okay, so that's fine. And we have Aaron, HD Aaron. Just checking if it actually works here, because that would be good. Brian 5 is alive, yes. Unlike Trisha, who seems to be dead. Thanks for the updates, Brian. It's very cool to see your progress on the collision shapes. I'm looking forward to trying those out. I'm also hoping they're going to transfer into Unreal Engine seamlessly, because these guys here, they come in with collision shapes from iClone and they usually work fine. And we're going to actually see that on Camila, because I think she has cloth dynamics enabled. See if you've come across here. Camila, here she is. Camila. Mesh, and then we're going to test the motions as well. Yeah, look at that. That it needs to be fixed. I think I'm going to have to do some serious fixing there. Yeah, for sure. That certainly needs fixing, and that is the physics asset. So we'll have to go and correct that. I actually forgot that she had physics enabled. And her motion should be this. See what that looks like. Hair and skirt, yes, both. But her moving, that works. I even gave them some just some lip animation so that they can talk. I thought that was very important. Just gonna sort out my headphones here. 1 second. I think that's something that we want to. There we go. That's much better. So physics asset on you. Other than that, we're gonna leave you open because I think we're gonna have to go and do something else. Then there is Kevin. Kevin, here he is. Kevin's in there twice. We've got actor scan Kevin, and we have HD Kevin. I think let's go and just check out his motion here. Yep, there you go. He's looking handsome as always, and we don't have to worry about his physics either. But Camila. Oh. VSync editor 1. There we go. That is what we want. Well, let's see if we can fix Miss Camila here. So we'll keep her open in one window and just have a look at her physics asset. We don't have one? How rude is that? We don't have one? That's your materials. That's bad because I'm not sure if we need it, but with you, we don't have a physics asset with any of these people. Well, that's color me intrigued. I don't know. Do we have to make one then? That's just weird. Huh. She's having a bad physics day. See, Brian, I need your plugin already. It's one of those things I can't live without it. I mean, I could create one from scratch and then give it to her. I thought it would just be here. I'm as perplexed as you are. Let's go and make it. Create and assign. And let's go and make one where the bone size 20 is probably okay. Capsule, let's try the default ones, and you'll see they're just equally awful compared to the ones that iClone brings over, which usually for this sort of stuff they work. But let's just go and have Unreal Engine make that. There we go. So bizarrely, this is what I don't quite understand. She must have had a physics asset, because otherwise why would her hair stand up so bizarrely? So this we would just go and make smaller, and that should in a moment just fix her hair, shouldn't it? If that doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to transfer her again, so we don't really need that. Capsule, do we need it at all? I mean, if so, we scale it down. If this doesn't work, there's another generation method that works a little bit better. Oh yeah, it could be this one here. That I don't think we need at all. That doesn't look better at all. Well, that's a hitch I hadn't seen coming, to be brutally honest. Let's see if we can fix the... There, look at that arrangement. It's just like no good for anything, really. This is just so bad. And there's really no other physics asset. Let me search for something like Camila physics. Minus 5,000 out of 10. Let's just wait 39 minutes for all assets to be saved, even though we haven't really... This is all odd, isn't it? Nothing's happened, literally. I've made one physics asset. Well, how does that take 2.5 hours to save? It's already a good start, isn't it? Yes. It's a good external driver, I assure you that. It's fast and stuff. Plenty fast. also I was led to believe. Or things have completely crashed. That is also totally possible. I might just leave her alone, move on, get all the animations going, because this could take literally days to fix this. And I do want to get on with the auditorium. While Unreal Engine is thinking about it for the next 20 minutes or so, let's just go and have a look at the two shots I want to implement. So shot 11, 12, and 13. I think 10, this was 10. 10 we're basically done with. I just needed the extra 2 people walking in. But yeah, we want to do 11, 12, and 13. And 11 was just the following shot of the 3 people in the corridor. And then we come to 12, and then we come to 13. So let's go and load up 12, because this is going to be one of those relatively major ones where we're going to have quite a few people. And once they're in there, we can use the same people for the back shot, which is 13. Yeah, so Brian and Aaron and Ariana, they're going to walk in from here. I think that's the idea. And our camera is just showing this. Just very briefly here. For about 110 frames. So for that, I want to go and position people in here, including at the top rows here. So sadly, I don't have camera 13 in here. I should have really copied that in, but I've got it in two different projects. It's fine. It was saved. Don't worry about it. Just go load this and let's look. Perfect. This is it. So yes, and these 2 seats up here. Assuming those are them, I should really color them in a different color. I think it is them, isn't it? Could be those, could be those. I'm gonna put it could be these ones here. Let me go and put a cube in here. Create primitive box. I just want to see if it's the right, oops. If it's even the right thing we're looking at here. So it probably needs to be over here. Is it those? Is it? No, it's not. It's these here. So I definitely want to have 2 people in here then. That is them. Yes, that is them. Okay, perfect. Now, that's good to know. That's good to know. I'll just put the cube down here so I remember, and then we'll take it away later. Okay, so that's where I definitely want to have a couple of people sitting there. And then, you know, lots of other people dotted around just sort of randomly. Let's see how we can make that happen with actor groups. And this, yeah, this little catastrophe here, we're going to totally leave as it is. And just see what that looks like when I put these guys into the scene. And then we're going to work on bringing more people in. Camila, your skirt looks just terrible. I mean, I could tell you what. Let me just go and try to create another one that hopefully works a little better. Let's just try one more time. So there's a thing here that is, instead of a capsule, I can go and use the multi-convex hull, and apparently that's a little better. And I can go and use more vertices in the hulls, and I might go and put that up to something like 50, hull count. I think let's leave that at 4. Let's see if that physics asset looks better in principle. Takes a little longer to generate. The birds, they're having their from epidemic. I thought instead of, I don't know why they don't keep playing. They just go and they don't want to loop for some reason. I can't tell you why. Yes, they're from epidemic. I thought instead of music we can listen to birds. It's quite nice, but I had expected them to just go and, you know, loop. But I guess they don't do that. Unable to create convex hull for the given bone as there are no vertices. That might not be a problem because look at that. This might actually be better in principle, even though it's generated stuff we totally don't want to see. Like it's generated a hull for the skirt. So completely useless. We can go back to the previous one. Let's go and assign this. How do we assign it? I'm imagining we do it that way. We just go, can we assign like no physics asset? I have no idea how this works. Usually you transfer it, it comes, everything's good. But today, dang. Skeleton, assign, nanite, no, create physics asset, no. We just want to assign one, don't we? Imagine if that's not on here, we'll do it on here. Oh, no way! That's terrible. I'll wait a couple of minutes until hopefully your commercial is gone, and then I'll go and tell you again. Could it be sections, lots, reduction, build, lot clothing, mesh animation, skeletal, what's it, rig logic. Oh, and everything else fails. Physics, there we go. Yeah, this is awful. Let's not use that. Let's use the one that's less awful. At least we have some control over that. I still don't know what's going on the hair there. Now we're back to the other one. Maybe we can at least save the skirt somehow. The skirt's already wafting, but I mean, this is just... I can't even... There's really nothing I can fix here, is there? That's just... I mean, I can make it less awful, but still, like fixing that, I don't know. And then this is also sort of scaled up here, like really awkwardly, and rotated as if you would not believe. It's bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sure I've seen better physics assets for legs and such. And much like in iClone, I really don't understand why there isn't a one-click just make it frickin' work, man option. I don't know why it has to be. It's like designed with absolute user unfriendliness in mind. It's I don't understand who made that system and said, yep, that's awesome. Let's ship it. Let's ship it. This is great. Like so often. Like, why does she have like 7 legs and like this thing sticking out? It's just Nancy. Okay, so the thing is, and we're going to leave this physics asset because it sort of works. And maybe is it that hair just needs scaling down? There, come on, down, buddy. No, not up. Oh my God, there we go. It's almost. Yeah, that isn't even close to the head shape. Maybe we don't even need it. So the birds, Nancy, the birds, they come from Epidemic, and that's something that's just a download. Because I thought, you know, instead of listening to music, I thought we're going to have bird song in the background, and the web player doesn't want to loop it. I don't understand why. The media player doesn't want to play it. Physics assets don't want to do anything. It's not such a good day after all. Clipchamp, who the hell is Clipchamp? VNC player. Now that's That's the future, isn't it? VNC player. There we go. That's the ticket. And there's a loop option. Okay, perfect. I do not want to download that right now. Thanks. We've other things to do. All of a sudden, that is also way louder than it was a minute ago. Let's make it a bit quieter here. What is there to save now? Oh my god. Okay, maybe I'm gonna have to transfer the project over to my internal drive, because this is I can already see this is gonna drive me ever so slightly insane. How's your Saturday going? Better than mine, I hope. 5.7, Brian. But honestly, I wouldn't actually recommend it. If you can run 5.6, go with that. 5.7, even though it is the latest one, I thought I was going to try it out with this project as well. It's a little heavier on resources than 5.6. 5.5 is also good. That's a really good candidate to use as well. And the Realusion Bridge works with 5.5, 6, and 7, the latest version, 2.0, the all-in-one plugin there. Yeah, so they should all work. With earlier versions, you may have to use a different, like one of the older versions of this plugin. And I think the latest one, 2.0, you have to go and download from their website. I seem to remember. On my laptop, by the way, this loaded no problem. This never got stuck in a savings loop. I don't know what's going on. But it's all good. It's all good. We always have Cyberpunk as a fallback option. While we wait for Unreal Engine. That's just... I've had a productive week on the video front. I've made, I think, 4 videos this week. It was quite impressive, I have to say. Super slow saving Saturday stream, absolutely. Yes, I had a really productive week, and it was just things that I fitted in during the evening, and it just worked out really well. I'm quite pleased with my video output. So they're not gonna get released all at the same time or all in succession. I'm still sort of, I've got things that require another second or third part, and I'll bring those out once they're good and ready, and then the next sort of mini series starts. Yeah, this is a big surprise here. I didn't think it was going to have major issues like that at all. But then it did also have trouble saving, and these guys here, they were literally the troublemakers in regards to what came into Unreal Engine. So yeah, I say we go back to here, pick ourselves some candidates that we're going to go and put into the bleachers here. So I think actor groups, do I have presets here? Stand, waiting line, presets, sitting. There we go, 3 people sitting, 2 people sitting. That's sort of what we need here, isn't it? It could be, we're going to start maybe from here. And they're just going to be idling around, so I just need to count up both these frames. I think maybe with 500 frames. No, actually, there's going to be 2 shots, so it'll be 500-600 frames. That should be enough. Super slow saving Saturday stream for zero reason. There's absolutely no good reason for that to happen. So I'll just go and copy this over. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, you guys are over here. Now that's like way too far away. But yeah, you can talk, have your coffee. I think you guys you're just an adorable couple. I say maybe we just randomize your materials perhaps. And 1800 frames, that should be good. Randomize starting frames, and sure, let's do that. And we don't need the bench either. Yes, exactly. There, much nicer top. Is it? No, actually we want to see if there's another one we could try. Yes, I don't know why I do that. I should not. I should really. There we go. You guys are great. I will correct the mistake forthwith. What was I thinking? System related objects track here. Object related to this. So bench we don't want to have at all. I see, this is the thing. I can't see the keyframe here unless I switch her quickly into edit mode. And then, no, look at that. She's starting at frame, on frame 0. It's all good. I'll put her back into light mode so that things are, you know, nice. But I'm not on frame 0. That's interesting, isn't it? Yes, that's right. It's exactly the same. So if it wasn't a problem for her, maybe it's not a problem for him either. No, it's not. Good. Great. That's cool. What we need to do, though, very important, is park our playhead on frame 0 now as it comes to us moving these guys to those seats. So can I do that? And then we do, yeah, that's bad, isn't it? You, casual M19. In fact, you and you should both sort of go here-ish. Now, we want you guys to sort of move over here. Are you anywhere near? Yeah, look at that. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think the cubes also served us really well. I'm glad he was here. Oops. There, that looks comfy. Maybe you're literally at the edge of your seats here so that your hand doesn't intersect with anything. And as we play this, you guys are having a blast of a time. I can see that already. This is good. Great. Thank you for coming to join Jay's theater. Fantastic. They're having a blast. They're having a blast. This is great. Okay, save. Unreal Engine has calmed down. This is great. Let's go quickly close it down. And yeah, no, save selected again, because why not? 2 down, 148 more to go. How difficult can it be? Oh yeah, no, let's save this again. I like it. This is good. I think just before I forget, this is my external drive. And then over here, let's go and find my actual project, which I think is in projects. UE projects. Cinema titles V1. There we go. So technically it's all the same project. So I don't think I need to copy everything, to be brutally honest, just the geometry of the people. If Unreal Engine goes and closes down this side of the new millennium. Why is this taking so long? Because had I remembered, I would have, of course, copied this over ahead of time, but hey, it's one of those things. At least the birds get us chilling out. And oh yeah, we've got more work to do in iClone, don't we? There we go. Now, next thing, we're going to go and delete the bench here. Next thing we might want... That's just from the back row. So anywhere here in the purple section, we're going to be okay. I think I should really import the other camera as well. So I can just send one scene over instead of two. Let me just go and do that. So import camera. We had camera 12 here. And now I should be able to go and switch between them. I can't even just go even roughly. Maybe you need to help me out here, Brian. I would love to use the camera switcher track and then switch between cameras at that point. I've just never done it before. I know stuff happens, doesn't it? How do I do that? So now that I have two cameras and I have a keyframe on which I want to switch, how would I do that? Or maybe I need to look at the switch track. Set the camera to switcher. Okay, so that's it. Then switcher track is already open. Maybe it could probably, it's probably a good start if we put the camera 13 on the tracks. Oh no, we have that already. That's interesting. Just double click on the switcher track. Could it be any easier? That's crazy. That's crazy talk, Brian. Could it be that easy? So like this is where 12 ends, I guess. Double click the switcher track to make a keyframe. That of course does not work. Let me just go try this. No, that's paste. Isn't there like a set keyframe button? So with this one here, is that it? Insert frame. And not in edit mode. I don't know what that means. Can we in edit mode for the cameras? In light mode. Oh, light mode, that's just for the characters. That is not related to the cameras. So the cameras, I can see their animation here on the, depending if I switch between them. So I can totally see those. I just don't exactly know how I, no worries. Yeah, but if I double click on the switcher track, nothing seems to happen. Is there anything else I need to open up here? Projects. I should see both cameras. That'd be a good start. Right clicking. Camera list, and then we cut to one. That's a call. That's a good call. Let's do that. That right clicking was exactly what we needed. So we come in here and we see, we want to see switcher track. We want to see camera 12, literally from the beginning here. And we'll tighten that up in a second here. That's cool. Then here, just before we cut out, right click camera list. Oh, Brian, this is exciting. That is where we have that. And then of course the timing isn't quite correct because that would start sort of here, even sort of here, maybe even. Where are my people? We'll discuss that later. They're over here. Why can't I? Oh, that was camera 12. Sorry. Just, did I not say please keep camera 13 in here? 13 needs to sort of start here. And then we do this and then we do that. Yes, perfect. So then the hat is where we're gonna do that, and then we have a relatively smooth thing like it looks in Unreal Engine. Whew, okay, perfect. Great. And then we can put that to sort of here, and then at least we have a bit of a, you know, how it's roughly a thing here. Thanks, Brian. This is good. That helps me out because that means I don't have to switch between things and I can stay in one project. So that's kind of neat. Okay, so let's maybe bring our cube of doom somewhere to the middle field. Oh, also, I mustn't forget my other duties here, which is, of course, has Unreal Engine closed down? Yes, this is really good news. Let's go and copy that over as fast as we can. So let me see if I can just merge things around here. So content, then we have RL content. This is source, this is destination here. Content, RL content, and really we need, I think, Brian and yeah, I think Camila hasn't worked, so we use Camila, and we need Kevin as well. Kevin, these guys, and we're going to go and put them into, did I say copy here? Copy, and then we're going to go and paste those guys in here. I knew it wasn't going to take too long. Replace. And the only other thing that we need really is in the RL sequences, we probably have one asset missing here. Which is probably this one, the 14th. Yeah, we don't have that here. So the 413210804, yes, we have that, but this one we don't have, so that's perfect. Copy, 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 and paste. That should be everything. Well, there's only one way to find out. Whoops. And that is to open this again. Brian, how do you like the cat project? Did you buy it in the end? Did you try it out? If so, I'd love to know if it looks exactly like the Wolves demo project that I made. I'm assuming so, but I can't verify this myself, so it'd be good to see that. I'm sure they all work the exact same way, but you know what it's like. This is good. RL content. Do you want to allow public and private network? Why would that be an issue right now? I mean, you know, why? It makes no sense. See how Camila looks. Oh, so we have two versions of Camila. Good. Maybe the old one that didn't work and the new one emerged. Oh, okay, no worries. No worries. We have until the 20th if we wanted to check it out. Oh, does this physics asset look better by any chance? Is that the one that we've just tweaked? Oh, it is the one that we've just tweaked. Okay. Okay. No worries. Shame the other thing didn't come in as planned. That'll have to do for now, just so that we have something. And did your body come in as well? I would imagine so. Kevin. Yeah, so the first transfer, Kevin didn't have any textures, but the second one, see if he worked. Yep, there we go, that worked. Little low res, yeah, perfect. That's neat. And you guys' animations, they've also worked, right? I'm hoping. Yep, you work. And Camila. You've also worked. Perfect. Well, you see, it almost works. Better physics asset and we're good. I think I have one from another project that should work fine too. Okay, I'm a happy camper. I'm gonna leave you guys alone. Put this to Control R, and then we go back into iClone. We're done with this. This is good. Yes, she's trying not so subtly to shoplift. Yes. I can't wait to see this in action. This is going to be great. So let's say right in here, right in the middle. Will that look good? Is there, do you know what, Brian, is there a shortcut key I can press to quickly switch between the preview and the switch camera? Like a keyboard shortcut? I'm thinking people will have bigger impact when they're here. So maybe you guys are sitting right in these seats here. Working off frame 0 here again, but hey, that's just that's just me. Why not? Shall we try 3 sit? Yeah, let's do that. 3 people sitting right here. Oh, okay. Ooh. I love learning new shortcut keys. Always makes you look like a wizard when you know these things. I gotta say, in comparison to Cascadeur, iClone totally rocks. The stuff we do here, man, that's just incredible. K does something else. K does not do that. Try H. H does exactly that, Brian. It's perfect. Actually, H switches to camera 12 now, and when I go... Oh, I can't do it because the thing is open. H is exactly that. That's easy to remember as well, because H is a letter that does not appear in camera or switcher. Actually, it does appear in switcher. I love you guys' outfit. We're gonna leave it like this. I like it when keyboard shortcuts have nothing to do with how you could ever memorize them. So bench long we can delete. You guys, all 3 of you, you're already fairly close to where you need to be, so yeah, maybe you can all sit here. Right. I never thought to spin it further. ASD, F, G, H. That, yeah, I get you. What does G do? Out of curiosity. G does top view. H does the switcher view. That's nice. And now we're trapped in here. So that's so A, S, D, F, G. Is F, which one's the one from the bottom then? Could be this one. No, that's from the back. So front, back, I guess. Left, right. Yep, that makes sense. Left, right, back, front. What does G do then? G is top. H is currently switched camera. That makes sense. What does J do? J is the preview camera, maybe. No, J did something a minute ago. It could be that there isn't a below. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, J is, I don't know. It's face cam. That makes sense. Yes, I read about that. Nice one. So I think the seats are more spaced out than what you guys were designed for. So let's go and line up this gentleman first, and let's not worry about the fact that there is an intersection here. That is you guys just can't sit on these seats. Not without it getting mighty awkward here. That might work. Yeah, that might be sort of believable here. Too funny. And then you, young lady, you need to go into, whoops, you go into here. And we've met him outside already. He's of course the third wheel. He wishes he had gone to the movies with her. Or actually that was the plan, but then we met Max, and Max is just so much cooler, and even though we're all having coffee, Max is just the guy who's having conversations, and Steve over here totally isn't. Maybe recline a little. That's brutal. It's something wrong with her leg here. Maybe that reclining actually worked rather well. Great, just make sure it's happening on frame 1. Yeah, of course. You're actually okay, aren't you? Yeah, make sure that happens on the first frame, and then you guys all stand here, and yeah, this is good. H, was it? Yes, H. Look at that. People here, people there. I'm thinking perhaps we should have 2 people sitting here then, or maybe here. Yeah, maybe here. Yes, that's why we want them. Two people, check. The birds have a very calming effect on me, I have to say. Very calming. Yeah, shall we randomize or not? It's hard to say because we just don't know what you guys look like, so I'm assuming we're fine. Oops. Oh, well, we may have to replace her because she's already sitting over there. So I think not. Also, the bench. We say no to the bench. But the whole social thing, yeah, absolutely. I'm down with that. Whoops. The one key you didn't want to press. Now with her, the hand position is a little bit awkward. And while I might actually correct that, so just so that the hand is resting on this, and her, I think we're gonna just go and have to replace her. So you're sort of okay. We're just gonna replace you with maybe with you. Let's do that. How does that work? Can I just go and drag her onto this? Is that's what's going to replace her? No, that loads in a new character. That is totally not what I meant. Abort. Casual F17. So we select her, And did I just double click her maybe? No, it just keeps loading in a new character. Could be because it's an actor core thing. Because usually we just go and drag them on. Or is it, that's another possibility. Maybe it's because she's not in edit mode. Maybe let's go and switch her over quickly. Oh, right. There we go. That worked. She's like twice the size. What happened there? That's crazy. So maybe it's out because you're not in that place. So it sort of worked. She's just thanks, Cube. That's super not helpful here. Yeah, it's just that she's not in the right. She's not the right. Not quite the right size. But the animation is correct, and are these scaled here? There's no scale value that I can see here. And I can't actually scale them up or down. Could be because it was an actor group. Let's just try that one again. Let's just go and remove her, remove you. Sorry, party woman. And try to do the two sitting people here again. Shame it doesn't recognize this mesh as something I want to use. So once again, the trick was indeed edit mode, or making sure edit mode is disabled. I see this really doesn't help because I don't know what these guys look like. That is just not very well thought out. That could work. That could work. That could totally work. Let's do that. The scale is different from when you drag characters in. That is also bizarre. Bizarre stuff. Okay, so you have the same animation. That's cool. We're going to go and make that adjustment. And I like that sort of reclined position. That should work. And then you here. You might also need a hand adjustment here because that isn't a good look for anyone here. Okay, let's see if we can make it happen. Modify, do it here first. Edit mode. We're on the first frame, and you guys are moving. Yeah, perfect. That hand is just like, oh my god, dude, that's just crazy stuff. Yeah, so the hand here is actually good. So we go, do we do the body part or the whole body? Let's do the whole body. Set key. Anything before here? Yes, and actually to here. So we can, I guess, copy this, can we? And paste this here. Yes. And then you do this. And up until there it sort of works. So set another key here. And then here, I think that's where we're going to go and paste that in again. Like my key. Almost. Not that anyone's really gonna look at what he's doing there. That seems to be fine. Even that I think we can probably live with. Great, you're excused, buddy. Excellent. Go back into light mode there. Oh, that sounds good. I remember I was in one of those where they bring you the beverages to the seats. So very plush. I remember we watched Police Academy 4, 5, something like that. That was out. That was the movies where you didn't really have to pay all that much attention to. Yes, and I remember I had something like a... Never had that before. Something along the lines of a Coca-Cola float, or was it orange juice float or something like that. And yeah, I'd never had those before. That must have been back in Germany, like many years ago. Okay, so you, lady, I think everything is cool except for your left hand there, I think. So we'll just go and make sure that doesn't look all that awkward when you put it sort of forward. And those fingers look a little bit terrible. I totally agree. And maybe she's about to reach over. That might be a nicer pose for you there. Let's see how that develops. Yeah, so we'll just make it a bit higher. Arm sinking in. I think I'm okay with that. As she moves the arm. Oh, that looks a little awkward, doesn't it? Okay, so we'll correct that. But on the whole, I think that we can probably live with. What is it that's so bad about this then? Could it be the shoulder joint? Well, no matter. We're going to totally take care of it. Up until here, and then some catastrophe happens. But then we're back and we're good sort of here. So at major catastrophe, what do we do here? Maybe we'll just reset. Yes! This is good. This is really good. These tools, they're just so fast and they're just such time savers. And if I now had something like another problem that I wanted to fix, I just go on another layer and just go do the same thing again without interfering with any of these keyframes. So that makes it really, just really nice to work with these tools, I have to say. Ha! Yes, I know those days as well. Yes, and they wouldn't allow you to legally wouldn't allow you to bring those things in, right, Ricky? Right, Brian? And I have to say, this took me a while to get used to, but no other animation tool I've come across matches the convenience and logic that this system has. You've got your base motion in clips neatly frittered away. You build things on top of it. You can reuse things. You can use the post mixer to mask things out when you apply it. It's great. You've got the mirroring tools. It's all in this panel, and yeah, it's just the way this integrates with other apps, that you can bring in something, things get retargeted as you import them, and you can export things with the mesh directly to Unreal Engine and other things like Blender and Unity. I'm thinking they really have that sorted. Camila hides everything up her skirt. You're so right. Okay, you go back into light mode. I think this is when it basically just compresses everything into something akin to a zip, and then it's not editable, but everything is still there. So, and it's only happening on these actor core people. Okay. I feel like we need to have more people here. You know, even in Blender animation layers, there's a $30 plugin available that is just so good. I've got to be honest, I don't really like the Blender animation tools very much, just because they're very clunky and unintuitive. I mean, it's all sort of there, it's just not that user-friendly, I don't think. Do you know, I could just copy these guys again, couldn't I? Oops, hello. That wasn't supposed to happen. Isn't control left click? Doesn't that make a copy usually? Maybe it was alt. No, it wasn't alt. Control left. Maybe it has to character per character. Is that possible? Oh, come on, cube. That's just rude. Yeah, didn't that make a copy? No, it didn't. Not with these guys anymore. How interesting. Well, no worries. We're just going to go and make another double act here to sit over here. Could do, yes. I have a feeling when you drag it in, I think they might use different animations. Let's find out. Let's find out. Do you know, yes, that I've heard that's been happening for years, but it hasn't materialized yet. I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed with the Blender guys, because they're just, look at that, Maureen Callahan and Alejandro Fernando. I take it. Yeah, because animation tools, they were supposed to be revived like ages ago, and it hasn't really happened. You and you and you from the front, and that didn't work. From the side then. You and you. Sort of here, I guess. Ish. Oh yeah, there we go, perfect. Would they really sit there though, or would they sit more sort of in the middle? They would, wouldn't they? This is where I would sit. Because you both like reclining here, I guess. Yeah, this bench here really, that's just such a buzzkill, you know. That may have to be turned invisible for all seats in the theater. Let me just have a look if what that looks like. Yes, in Blender everything goes to geometry nodes, and basic behavior that used to work fine that just gets shuffled around, and you go, thanks guys, that's not that helpful, I have to say. Would have never happened if Ton was still involved, I have to say. Yeah, Ton leaving was a big... That's sort of... It's weird to think about it, because obviously he wasn't writing Blender from scratch, but I think he really personified what Blender stood for. And I think with his influence and his sort of reigning hand waning, I feel like Blender is sort of... I don't know what's going on with Blender. Perhaps going to the dogs is a little bit much to say, but you know what I mean. Are these static meshes? They are, aren't they? They are static meshes. So I propose to make a change in one of these so that when we do have intersections with the character, I will go and I'll have one option that lets us twist these around or make them invisible. Let's do that, because that would do me the favor of I don't have to worry about this intersection then here. I can just go and replace the seat mesh. I think I might do that. Of course, yes. That is the kind of thing they would do, yeah, just for the sake of it. And you think, yeah, but guys... And you know, I totally agree, geometry nodes is fantastic for Blender, but it's not a feature I will actively ever use, nor do I want to use it. I'm one of those people who probably eventually buys a product that relies on geometry nodes, maybe. And then I'll probably figure out that I have to learn geometry nodes just to use that product, which will be major disappointing. I think if we move you guys one further over here, then I can swap out this group here. Because the group is... Oh no, the group is this, isn't it? Yeah, so we can have you here. Okay, you sit here. Fine. Fine. And then before I forget it, let me go and... If there's anything else untoward going on, like, yeah, that's super awkward, Marine. That's just what's going down there. He's okay, but I think her hand, I mean honestly, Marine, we have to talk, sweetie. So everything's okay up until here. And things are sort of okay again here, I'd say. And then here... we do that. I like it. And then she does it again. And then she's sort of done here. And then we can go and copy this over to here. See how that goes. Maybe just copy, paste it in again here, and then we have no intersection between that. That's good, isn't it? I like it. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Back into light mode. Oh, hello, Ascania! You have indeed found the awkwardly sitting in the cinema chat type people. They're not quite sure if they're gonna... if they're happy about the movie. I do realize that my man... Is it Frank? I want to call him Frank. I don't really know why. I think Frank, he has a thing with his hand here. I think we might go and make a global correction on this. Is that something we can do? I mean, I'd love to ideally change the position of the cup, but I don't think we have control over that. And not that I know anyway. Or do we? Cup! There's cup! I love it. Can we just place cup slightly less awkwardly? Will that work? And these things that we're going to work in Blender in a moment, just to adjust that. I'm okay with his hand in his leg there, but is the cup going to be okay? If I go make you, bring you back into light mode, will the cup stay? Look at that, it does! This is cool, I like it. That's it, Leo, absolutely. So this is how we can adjust accessories that have been automatically placed in our people's hands. That's neat. Maureen's good with her hand there. She had a bit of hand intersecting issues here. Goody, let's go and quickly save this and work on these. Work on a version of these chairs that is less awkward. Oh, so maybe we have them already. Can I just use those? Yes! Oh, that is perfect. So we already have that. We don't need to worry about that. Then we can just go and replace them with the ones that don't have these covers. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Another way to do this would be to replace all of these with a blueprint and then have a variable that checks, do you want the sort of whatever they are, the tray tables on or off. Unreal has options. It's the set. That's actually very clever here. And other people who may need a beverage, we can just go and put one on here and then say, you know, this is your beverage if you need to have a drink. That's quite nice. Should have told her he just needed to pee. Oh, this is good. So I don't know, no worries about that. This is actually where these things are, aren't they? Yes. Seats large. If we want to put seats, tray tables on them, we do this. Ah, ooh, nice. We've already customized the interior. That's pretty cool. Well then, other people. I mean, so far not that many people have arrived. I'm thinking perhaps we need to have another few people over here, and then maybe some more over here. Let's do that. Maybe 3 more here and then 2 more here. Let's do that. Where did I say? Yeah, 3 over here and then 2 over there. I like it. I like it. Okay. Cube. Remember that position. 3 guys over here. Okay. Content 3 sit. Ding. How's Mr. Ascania tonight? How you been? How's your day? How's your weekend so far? Yours is nearly over. Mine is coming to an end in about 5 and a bit hours. I like it. We haven't seen you guys around, have we? No, we haven't. This is good. I think I like everything except for the materials. He's going out with 2 women. That's crazy. Oh, you've been on a course. Okay. Wait a minute. Those materials hadn't been randomized at all. Courses are good sometimes. I gotta factor this in more. I do it every so often that I take some time out from my you know my 9 to 5 and to say, well, I'm just gonna have to go and sit here and watch this and literally step back and not do what it says on there, just sit, have coffee and just let the information sink in. It's good to do that. So these materials haven't randomized at all, even though we know there are other materials in here. I'm even thinking we should maybe, since you're a bit of a hero character, Brian, we should go and... It just doesn't materialize. Randomize, does it? Okay, you guys do that. I'll do it manually. I might customize your polo shirt that you're wearing in Substance Painter. Put something like Brian 5 on the back. That would be good. Or the WP Guru logo, even better. Cube stays here. Bench goes away. And look at that, they're almost in the correct positions. She totally doesn't look awkward in the middle there. It's a hefty 7-week course. Oh, okay. So you're gonna have a few more of these sessions? Yep, I like it. Let me see, where was, like you, for example, what was your name again, sir? M004. Okay, so you, I bet, was it media, material plus? (0004). See, I knew there were different options. I would like you to put this suit on, buddy. Randomize my... There we go. What's your name again, young lady? You are 0054. Anyone by that name? Yeah, see, perfect. So I'm thinking you might look good in blue, perhaps. And then you here, Party 0001. Maybe in pink. Okay, good. That's materials randomized. You all want to recline a little bit and head over into the comfy position. And then you especially, it's like they're a little bit too small, aren't they? She is literally at the edge of her seat here, about to leave, and she's trying to convince her to stay. Maybe we need to have do a little adjustment on the hand like we did on the other person there before. Great! Get the comfy chair! Okay, party woman, let's start with you then here. You and that hand. I think we can totally do something here. Does she need to be... No, it's fine. I was wondering if she's too close to the seat, but no, I think it's gonna be fine. So there's two ways to fix this. Combination of this and that might be what we need. And then also the fingers, I mean, I could maybe do that, curl it in, and just put that over, maybe put that over here. See how that goes. I mean, ideally, maybe we'll use a constraint to place her hand on the seat so that doesn't move. I'm not sure if anyone's going to actually see that. With this, we might just go and correct. From here to there. And then here, I'm just going to reset it. Does that happen again? That hand's good. She's totally looking grumpy. They're having a heated discussion there. Somebody chase that bird out of the theater. Do you have green teeth? That is like super not an attractive feature there. Well, let's see if we can do something with a constraint, Brian. What do you think? Is that something that just goes too far? Am I overthinking it? Reach target, that's it. Reach target, you. You and your hand. I can imagine, yes. What's bone edit mode again? No, we don't want to do that. That's cool. It's cool. We want to create a dummy, select target, and keep current pose. That's what we want to do, isn't it? Create a dummy. It's totally not enabled. Hand dummy, it's cool. Select target and keep current pose. Let's see if it works. Does it work? Yes. So the hand isn't moving around anymore. And so then just before this happens, say we hear, yeah, look at that. Look at this. This is great. Hand doesn't do this anymore. This is very cool. So just before she lets go, I go and say release, right? Oh my god, it works! Oh my god, it works! I'm just not used to things working anymore. I'm used to hour-long agonies where things don't work. So she puts her hand back down. This is great. We've already created a dummy. Or do we need to create another dummy? It works! Do we need a new dummy? Maybe we need a new dummy. I would just like the efficiency person in me would just say... We do have the dummy. How do we select it? No, we don't, do we? No, we don't. We keep on her and edit reach target. And we pick this. We can't pick that again. Do I have to do another one? Well, I can just go and try select target and keep current pose. Lock to... Oh, doctor! Oh my god, there is even easier! Yes! Because we don't want to set up anything new. We just want to say, whatever I did before, let's just do that again. And it doesn't work. Or is it that... No, it didn't work. But that's totally fine. We can just go and create another dummy. Get yelled at again. We go, that's cool. We have a second dummy. I mean, why not? We're all good. And then we say, select target and keep current pose. And then hand is rock solid again. Honestly, the excitement sometimes is just too much. Oh my god. This is like discovering plutonium. If it was that easy, we could do that with him as well. Actually, we need to put her back into light mode, don't we? Let's do that. Light mode. Ding. Thank you, party F0001. Ah, okay. Well, since this worked so well, let's try it out with our next candidate here. Maybe he can also benefit from something like that. Actually, he's okay. We'll try it next time. She in the middle here, she's sufficiently scared of two people talking at her. This is great. I tell you, great. Watch these three people having a heated discussion and marvel at the rock solid hand here. My god, that's just cool, isn't it? While I go to the bathroom, and I will see you in a moment. I'm proud of this. This is great. Whoops, my background light just fell over. That wasn't very nice, was it? Sort of semi the correct place here, almost. There we go. I'm back. Have they been behaving themselves here? The bad lip reading channel. Do you know, on the animation with Kevin and Camila, I just typed some text-to-speech stuff in, so they just say something just so that their lips move. I mean, these guys, it's a nice touch that they have that on here, on these guys. But on the animations I did manually, they didn't have that, so... Jay Blokers! Thank you so much for subscribing, buddy. Appreciate that. Welcome to the stream if you're watching. I think we're going to go put another... Oh, hello. How come I can't go to 13? Why are you not switched to 13? Was H not... Oh, okay, so H... did not switch to that. Okay. Yeah, so maybe in this chair here, that last row here, I think that might be nice. I mean, we could go to town and literally plaster this with lots of people, but I'd rather do that inside Unreal Engine. If I want to do a few duplications, I think I can probably get away with that to a certain extent. I'm not sure about his height here. I think he looks... He might not look... I mean, he just has very tall legs, and none of them reach the bottom, though. That's weird. So ideally, I would like to scale them up. I might do that in Unreal Engine. I don't know if I can do that here. I haven't seen a scale option on these light guys. And so let's have something... Another person over here. Maybe just one single person. On the modify tab. Okay, let's have a quick look here. Say here this guy. Now you see, I don't have anything on the modify tab. I've got move and rotate, and even in edit mode, I didn't see a scale option. So I don't know what they're playing at here. I looked before, it was just not obvious. Maybe it's with characters, you just can't scale them. Oh, CC, right, yes. That would be overkill to bring every single guy into CC and then send them back with a modified size, only to having to do it multiple times again. Yeah, that would be awkward indeed. Kids? We don't want to have kids in the theater, do we? By any chance? I'm not going to use an actor group now. I'm going to use a like regular people that I drag in. This is material plus, so we can't use that. Maybe you could be here just by yourself. It's an idea. And then we just apply a traditional animation. Man, where you at, buddy? I'm inviting you to come to the cinema, and where do you go? You go under the bleachers, baby. That's just what's going down. Let's see. parkour. None of these are really suitable. Nothing to shrink. Yeah, let's shrink the whole world. I like it. Sit and talk. That could be good. Sit in the chair being idle listening. That is your motion. I can see it now. This is great. We're on frame 1. Yeah, you're just, you know, sitting there breathing. That's your job. Thinking about life choices. Everything you did in and with your life up to this moment has led to this. Because this, is, I feel, is like a better scale. I feel like the actor core guys are a little bit smaller. And we need that really that long? I think we do. Is it loopable? I think he's also a bit... I think his shoulders could come down just a tad. Or maybe back. Or maybe it doesn't matter because we're going to see him from sort of here, so maybe it's not really that big a deal. It feels like there should be like 5 times the amount of people in here. Maybe we'll have one other guy. One other guy lonesome at the, like here. Let's do that. Up here by himself. Yeah, maybe the business series wasn't so... maybe we'll have casual people. Like you here. Yeah, you. You sit here. You watch the movie. It's on me. In fact, I like his top a little bit better here. Great! So we can find you an animation. Perfect. Maybe we'll even go and blend that together with other stuff, because you scratching yourself like that might just be slumping down from the chair. That's crazy. Will this work? With a blend, maybe. But I'd rather we just leave it on that. This might look insane, but since we're only going to see this as a very short snippet, I don't think it matters that it loops. Buddy, what's going on? I can't even... Are you in edit mode? Great! Okay, you all have your positions. Let's save the project. And I don't know how long this is going to take to transfer, so I might do that at the end again. And now see if I can position the animations we've already sent over. So this would be the next thing. We're going to imagine a populated theater. This is neat. And let's see what that looks like in Unreal Engine. Yes, good stuff, because we've got people coming in and also like Brian, Aaron, and Ariana, which I think we don't really need as objects here. So let's go and delete them out. And let's have a look at this. So I'm starting with the shot on the outside here. This is hard work for Unreal Engine because we have so many people here. I should really put something in like hiding these sort of things here. Let me just go and do that. Add a new subsequence track. I'll call it hide proxies. We put that right at the beginning and drag it out to about here. Go in it, make it the same. Why would you do that now? I was in the middle of something. Thanks. Switch it to the correct frame rate, which was, I've forgotten, was it 60? Yeah, 60 was. Do that to here, and no, don't do that, don't do that. Oh, stop, don't do that. I should mute all these tracks here. All the crowds. Let's mute this and that and that. And these are part of the shots. So all these proxy meshes here. Hidden, and there's another one here. No proxies here, no proxy floor. Yeah, so this is a shot that we're gonna start animating. So let me go and take these, mute these people here as well. In here, mute that. And then it's just a little snappier when we go from one shot to another. Mute these guys. And then also mute these guys here. Everyone's happy to be at the movies. That's quite quite the compliment. And these guys as well here. Perfect. And these need to be hidden at the front still, because we're not there. We haven't covered that. And now we've got smooth playback. I like it. And then we can go and focus on the little pockets of animation that we need to take care of. So I think the first one we're going to see multiple times and multiple shots. So that's Kevin and Camila walking in over here. So the best way to do that is probably going to be on another subsequence maybe. Or I attach them to every shot in which we see them. I could do that as well. And then we go from one shot into the next. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. So this is where that action is going to take place. And then we're going to go and follow them. So it's tough to say. Yeah, let's do it on a shot. Let's do it on the shot. So in here, we might see them for the first time. Let's go and let's go and find where that actually is. So they are called RL sequences, and Kevin and Camila, I think there were these ones here. Let me just have a look at that. Kevin and Camila, and we have 8 seconds of them, and we can, so this is what we want to see when we cut close to them, but we may just have to duplicate that, start showing them here. We might have to slow them down in some of these shots. So this is good. Let me go and rename that. So Kevin and Camila. That's good. We don't need to keep that here anymore then. And go back into this shot in which we can not actually see them. That's fine. 7, we don't need it. 8, yes, 8. We're gonna see them about to get going here. Kevin and Camila. Here they are. So we can argue here they're just standing there. They're about to get ready. So that's nice. That means they're only spawning in this shot. And then in the next shot here, we're going to see them here. Maybe we're going to see them slightly later, I suppose, because we've just seen them starting to walk. That is conceivable. And then in another one, I'm streaming out in the woods? No, I don't think so. I'm inside the theater. I'm not out in the woods. I don't think it's released yet. Oh, you mean because of the birds? Oh my god, now I get you. Welcome, Nate. How's it going, buddy? And this is really the money shot with Kevin and Camila here. So we need a subsequence track. Sometimes my brain just doesn't work. All the nature sounds, now it makes sense. Kevin and Camila. And this is where we want to see you guys disappear inside. Ideally not standing there like lemons and stuff, because you're about to, yeah, like this. Yes. So you're in the door, and it doesn't even matter that it's not exactly the correct position, because that's just perfect. And here we're going to continue with Aaron and what's-her-face and Brian. Good to see you there. I'm doing really well. I'm so glad I can see the light at the end of the tunnel with this project here. I think this is today. This is sort of technically day 11. So we've been spending so much time on this project, but it was just so much fun to figure out what works, how does what work, and what's the best way to do what in which situation. So quite exciting. We don't see the cloth physics here until I switch on simulation mode. So when we render it, we do see cloth physics and also the horrible physics asset that needs to be replaced. But for now, it's kind of cool to not worry about it. This, I think, what was this again? Just an unnamed sequencer that I found. Yeah, I don't think we need that in here. So that can go. I think also this can go here, because we have that here, so that doesn't need to be in here. Okay, let's do it on the shots again. So as you guys go in, we go into shot 10, is that? So shot 11 is going to be the one that needs a subsequence track. And I think that was this one. I think it is. It's just not named correctly. So let's go and do that. That's Brian and Aaron. Yes, perfect. So they should now be in here, right? You guys, yes, there you are. Look at that. Walking. All right. Woo! This is great. So that is in fact this. So we're going to call this one RL Aaron, Brian, Ariana. Then we can open that again and take this out. And then here we said, I've already forgotten, shot 11, is it? Yes, shot 11. Where it's feasible that we haven't seen these people because now we're around the corner. And Brian's already walking. These guys aren't walking just yet, but I think if we start from sort of here, that'll work despite the light. Now in 12, we're going to see the same guys again, walking sort of over here. I find that very, very, Hey, Stephen. Who's Stephen? Yes, good point. Or should I say Stefan? So this is going all the way to here and then probably into the next shot, but we want to see Brian making a big entrance here. And I think then we may also need to animate Brian again as he comes around the corner here. So we'll put a little bit of light here so that we see the guys. I might also have you walk slightly further to the right, or maybe hugging the wall a little bit too much here. Let me go and make a duplicate of that. I'll just call that one V2 so that I can go and use this sequence in this place. And we'll see why in a moment, so that I can make a positional change. So that it looks more like a hero character, like a better position. And I've only changed this on version 2. Version 1 is still exactly the same, so the position there isn't changed. This is cool. I might actually be able to use this exact animation just without the other two guys for shot 13. Because as we go into here, it is feasible that Brian's now walking over here in the next shot. And then the lights go dim, and you know, we'll do something funky here. So once again, make a subsequence track. I like this idea of reusing something that already exists, so that no reason to save it over, send it over again. I'm going to call this Brian V3 because, do you know, we can make it happen. That would be a good animation to do. So in this, I'll go and remove Aaron and his girlfriend. And all of this is literally walking animation that we can repurpose. We're on that keyframe. It would actually help if we could move that keyframe over. It would sort of help me. And then pivot, offset, check. Because then we can just go and rotate. Was it 90? Yes, 90. And then well, there we go. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? And now Brian just steps out and keeps walking to hopefully to his seat, and then and then Aaron steps on him. That's so mean. That's cool. The other guys, I guess they're not coming. They're still They're still debating whether this was even a good idea to even come to the cinema. So what we've got continuity-wise then, so far, is from here we see these guys moving in here. Then we see a bunch of people here. These guys are going in there. Don't know why this isn't muted. Then they go into here. Then we have these guys all walking, and then we have this, and then, you know, we have somebody walking. I think this is great. So that's those major pieces done and dusted. My goodness, we're really getting there. I'm excited. So all I need now is people here, and I might then be able to duplicate them around here at the top, just in case it doesn't look quite filled out enough. And then we can next time do, that's on Monday, we can do a bit of lighting, and then trying our first render pass of the interior. I think that's cool. I think this is all I'm going to do today. I'm going to go and transfer this out off camera, because I'm thinking that's just the next half hour we don't need to wait for, and we'll tackle that on Monday. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. If you're not doing anything tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, why don't you drop by Brian's stream on his channel, the Lazy Super Sunday Streaming, what's it called? The Lazy Sunday Morning Stream. And that'll be Critter Cove, I believe, which is going to be great. Thank you so much for everyone's input and help here. I'm having fun doing this, and I'm going to see you on Monday. Don't think I'll be on tomorrow, but yeah, Monday 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good one, guys. Bye bye.